It's Tee Becoate, back with another Diamond Cut Media interview. Want to thank everyone who subscribed, who likes, and who comments on our videos. If you haven't, make sure you do all of that. It's all right there on the page. And today we have a special guest coming from Brooklyn, songwriter, ghostwriter, and an artist himself, Kev The Pope.
What's good? What's good?
Kev, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm good.
I'm glad we're sitting down doing this interview. We were actually supposed to do it last week, but there's like a bug going around New York City, so I was kind of sick.
This week is better. The weather's better.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice and sunny outside. Can't complain.
Facts. So how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling great. You know, I'm living. That's all I can ask for.
Definitely.
Life.
I saw you post on Instagram yesterday that 2024 was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It could have been better, but it was cool. You know, I don't know. The world is just heading downwards. You know, so I can expect better. You know.
What do you mean by like heading downwards? Like,
I mean, I just feel like nobody really cares no more. There's no. I don't know. It's just people are just not there no more. I feel like they're just in their own zone, their own world, and just doing their own thing. You know, there's no love out there no more. There's no manners. There's no, you know, anybody being genuine. You know, there's none of that no more. You know, so I'm just like, it's whatever.
Nah, I do agree. 2024 was like everybody was just like locked into themselves.
It was all a blur.
Yeah, it went by so fast. This was the fastest year in history. All right, so we got you here today, bro. Can you share? Well, before we even get into the questions, you're from Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn, New York, you from?
Born and raised Brownsville, Brooklyn. I'm of Guyanese descent. I'm the first American born out of my family. Everybody's from Guyana, Georgetown, Guyana. Brownsville, Brooklyn, 1995. And I haven't moved out of Brooklyn. I mean, Brownsville. If I did move, it's probably like a block away. You know, I started in like Amboy, then we went to Thomas Boylan, then Strauss, and then now 98. But yeah, Brownsville, Brooklyn. 1995. I've been there about like 20-something years.
Okay, dope. Yeah. Brownsville. I've been to Brownsville one time. I feel like that's the only part, or one of the only parts of Brooklyn that's not gentrified yet.
It's getting there. Trust me, it's really getting there.
I don't know. The part I was in
that train, that 3-train L train, you gonna see it. Trust me, it's getting there.
I don't know what part I was in, but it looked like old New York. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Harlem still kind of look like old New York.
Nah.
Yeah, you go to certain parts of Harlem, you like, am I in the 80s movie?
Nah, I feel like though, definitely. All right, so can you share what it was like growing up in Brooklyn and how that local culture shaped like you as a person?
All right, I'm gonna give you two different examples. In my house, it was great. You know, I grew up 2-parent household. You know, well raised kid. Went to you know, nice good schools. Played football, basketball. I never really. I can't really say I ate fast food as a kid because I wasn't really exposed to it as much. Because my parents always was big on like home cooked food. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really start eating fast food until like I got to high school and I was on my own to like, you know, spend my own money and stuff like that. Outside now, it was pretty tough. You know, it was hard. Like Brownsville, I would consider like one of the worst neighborhoods in Brooklyn. And I'm not just saying that. I'm pretty sure other people could agree too. But my parents always kept me in like, you know, good situations so I wouldn't be exposed to what was going on in Brownsville. But it's kind of hard to like not be exposed to that. So you know, I could remember I think my brother left for the Navy when I was like 12 years old, and I had turned to the streets. You know, just because I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, I got into like gangs and doing certain things, drinking lean early, smoking weed and hustling and stuff like that. But as I got older and started to like, you know, but even though I was like in the streets, school was priority. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole goal was to get out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I was playing football. I actually went to some good high schools, Bishop Ford, which is kind of closed down right now in Parksville, Brooklyn.
I know
Bishop Ford. It was a Catholic school.
We used to play them when I was young.
Yeah, played football for them. I had a scholarship, academic scholarship. I got kicked out of that school because I was in the streets, like I was saying. Kicked out, ended up going to New Utrecht in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Graduated valedictorian and everything like that. School was always priority for me. Like I always was good with the books and stuff like that. And then I kind of passed up on college, you know, because at the time, my best friend in high school was Troy Ave's little brother. And Troy Ave was just getting his buzz within the city, and he used to come to our games. And my best friend at the time, he was telling his brother, like, yo, my boy could spit, da-da-da, you know. And Troy Ave was always looking for me at these games. And, you know, he pulled me aside, he's like, yo, I heard you spit. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty nice with it, you know. But I wouldn't say I really got into music because of Troy Ave. I really got into music through my parents, though. You know, like my parents are Rastas, you know what I'm saying? And growing up in the household, I always was exposed to like reggae music, culture music, dancehall and stuff like that. So I think that would kind of influence me to get into music and stuff. So all that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how is it growing up in a Guyanese like household? Cause like I'm Black American, I know Guyanese is probably a little different, right?
When I was younger, it was strict. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody's coming from, you know, a third world country, and in America, like they're just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be the first American born, it's like you got to break so many barriers and, you know, be the first to do something. You know, I had the opportunity to go to college, and I passed it up. My parents was pissed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Academic scholarship and sports scholarship. You know what I'm saying? They was pissed. Top, you know, some of the top schools.
Right.
And just to hear, oh, I want to, you know, pursue music. They're like, what? Pursue music? Nah, I mean, you know, like, there's no career in music. You know, that's what they thinking, but they not, you know, thinking how I'm thinking. You know, so I kind of think, not to step away from the question,
right.
I kind of think, I think parents should give their kids, you know, maybe a little 6 months to a year to just decide what they want to do and not force them into like going to school or something, you know, certain things. Like let them see what the world is like first, you know, if they want to get a job with a school, or, you know. That's my opinion. You know, I can't tell a parent how to, you know, be a parent to their child, though, you know what I'm saying?
I will only disagree with that because I feel like you take that time off, you're just going to be like, fuck it, I'm not going back.
I mean, yeah, it all depends on the person, though. It all depends on the person because if you want to really get deep into that, I feel like school nowadays, it don't make no sense if you ask me, you know.
Like a college degree?
No, just school in general. You know, I feel like from maybe what does it start, nursery or pre-nursery? From pre-nursery to 4th grade, I feel like that's enough of schooling. Because once you get to that 5th, 6th, 7th, you know, high school, all that stuff is just like, it's just, what is it? Because I'm like, you don't use that in everyday life. You know, it don't teach you nothing about financial literacy.
That's a fact.
It don't teach you nothing about your history. I mean, I'm talking about our history, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It don't teach you nothing about our history. It don't teach you how to buy a house. It don't teach you about taxes. It don't teach you, you know, I mean, it may teach you discipline. Yeah, I could say that. It could teach you, you know, some type of structure in a way. But other than that, I mean, because between pre-nursery and 5th grade, you learning the basic stuff that you need to know in life, like writing, counting, spelling, you know, and math.
Right.
And then majority of that math after algebra, you don't even need that. Unless you're in some type of, you know, profession, like, you know, maybe geometry, but calculus and all that, you don't need that.
No, that's a fact.
You know? Yeah.
No, I agree with that to an extent. I feel like high school and like high school stuff, I feel like you learn some stuff, but it's more like conditioning, like how you act.
Yeah, I mean, it's programming.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Programming, it's just like jail. School and jail is similar. Like,
nah, I've seen those videos that show the.
Nah, it's not even videos. It's like you really gotta be in them, and you know, in them buildings and see how it's all, you know, set up. Like it's real talk. Even hospitals too. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really get in tune to the hospitals until my best friend lost his mom. You know, and then he really broke down to me like, you know, how all that happens. And I was like, if you don't really got no money, then, you know, it's less than, it's a slim chance of you know, getting through all of that.
Right.
You know? It's a business, bro. We in America. You know what I'm saying? That's what this country is based on. It's business.
Facts.
But,
right. So you say your parents were Rasta.
yeah.
What were they listening to? You say a lot of dancehall, soca.
Yeah, my dad, he was more of like a reggae culture guy. He was more like a Garnet Sizzler, Cableton, Marvin Sapp, You know, he even got into some gospel. Kirk Franklin, Aretha Franklin, you know, those guys. My mom, she was more soca, you know. But me, I think I got the hip hop from my dad and my brother. You know, they was more into like Tupac, Drew Hill, DMX, Kid and Play, early, you know, in the 90s kind of times. Yeah.
Right. Fire. Who were you? Because you're a 95 baby, so you're only like a year older than me. So when you was outside, who was popping in Brooklyn? Who was you listening to?
Well, like in the early 2000s, because you gotta remember, when I was 95 to like 2000, I was just 5
just a
years
baby.
old.
So I'm talking about more like when you start listening to music, who you gravitating towards?
When I really started to get into music, Lupe Fiasco. I love Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe was nice.
I feel like he's not mentioned enough, you know? And even when he got off Atlantic, like, and he went independent, I went to a few concerts after he got off his deal with Atlantic. And this man, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, selling out spots. Irving Plaza, Sony Hall, you know what I'm saying? Brooklyn Still, he's selling them out, you know what I'm saying? And that just motivated me and inspired me, like, yo, you don't really gotta go major. Like, as long as you got good music and you got a core fan base and people is like, you know, related to what you putting out there and some positive stuff. Because he never really spit no negative stuff.
That's a fact.
You know? And I'm like, yo, this is I fuck with this right. I could do this. You know? Lupe, Mac Miller.
R.I.P. Mac Miller.
J. Cole, of course. Kendrick. Joey Badass. I don't know if I used to listen to Honey Cocaine. I don't know if you remember her.
Nah, she was like signed to Young Tiger.
She was signed to Last Kings on Tiger. Yeah, Tiger. Yeah, I remember taking, cause I was living in Brownsville and I used to go to Alright, so my 8th grade I was in Poly Prep. It's in Bay Ridge.
Oh, I know Poly Prep.
So I had to take the 8 bus to the last stop to get to Poly Prep, and every morning I used to put in Honey Cocaine in my head. Yeah, Joey Badass. So I'm just going off for like, you know, who I should listen to. Schoolboy Q. You know, even like Chameleon there had a nice little run too. Had the Riding Dirty song. He had a couple songs. I like early 2000s music.
More than music right now?
Hell yeah, of course.
I feel like, no offense, because you're an artist as well, but I feel like 2024 was like the worst year of music.
Of course.
Shit was absolute garbage.
Of course. Yeah.
Like, garbage. I was like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Could you name 3 albums that you like this year?
That's the thing. Like, every year I do a top 15 to 25 albums list.
Yeah.
This year I can't name 5 albums I like. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Who do I like from this year?
I like Kendrick. I like GNX, but it wasn't like a real Kendrick album. It was just something that...
GNX? Yeah, GNX was pretty cool. I like GNX.
And I know you said J. Cole. I feel like this is kind of off topic, but I feel like his legacy kind of took a little hit.
Of course it did. Even Drake's legacy did too.
But I had people that argued me and said him backing out of the thing, out of the rap beef.
Yeah, well, I mean, why would you put yourself in it if you knew he was gonna back out?
If you was in this position where it's like you kind of got dissed on like that, but it wasn't directly at you, you felt the way in the moment that you put out the diss track, would you have taken the song back?
No. Well, I mean, what you putting it out there for if you're gonna take it back?
I agree.
You know, alright, for example, you know what that reminded me of, right? It was a girl that I was dealing with not too long ago, and she bought me a gift. You know, it was a birthday gift at that. You know what I'm saying? It was a birthday gift, and you know we got into a little disagreement. You know, and I wasn't mad about it. You know, the disagreement, but she took it personal, and the gift that she bought me, she took it back, and I'm like, yo, like, what's the point of buying me a gift? And if it's coming from the kindness of your heart, and this is on my birthday, and you say it's so special, why give it to me for? And if you're gonna take it back. You know, that means you didn't really, you know, you had to think about it. You put so much thought into it. And you're like, do this person really deserve it? Like, you know, I feel like, I don't know. You know, or you can even look at it like a backhanded compliment. Like somebody's complimenting you and then they saying something. You know, like, that's how I take it as, you know. Why do it if you're going to take it back?
Yeah, I agree. That wasn't a good move on J. Cole's part. Well, I want to get back to you. So you're playing sports in high school, and you got Troy Ave pulling up to your games. This is around the time. What song does Troy Ave have out?
This was a little bit before All About the Money. I think he had the song with Tony Yayo out in the club, and he had another song. Was it all? Oh, I think this All About the Money. No, I think it was She Belonged to the Game with Young Lito. She belonged to the game.
I don't know if I know. I first heard about Troy Ave, All About the Money.
All About the Money?
Yeah,
all right, okay, yeah. I was rolling with him around that time too. Yeah.
And what were you doing? Like he brought you on as a writer. Like what were you doing?
I was in the studio a lot with him, and then I was even in his first movie he got called New York City. Who did I play in that movie? We shot that movie so long ago. We shot it in 2017. I can't remember who I played in that movie, but I was in his movie. I actually inspired. Okay, so before Troy Ave got into that situation at Urban Plaza with Taxstone, I was helping him create a whole project called Real versus Fake. And when that whole situation happened in Urban Plaza, he had to switch the whole, idea, whole plan up, and then he came out with Rolling Collins, the Rolling Collins tape. And while he was in jail, I had a song called Hustlin' out, and it was buzzing over SoundCloud. I had over like 1 million plays within like 2 weeks or something like that. And Hovain at the time was his manager. God bless his soul, rest in peace, Hovain. Was his manager, and Hovain was telling Av about the song that was buzzing. So Av was like, yo, when I come out, I want to jump on the record. So he had came out, I think it was maybe October that year, and he jumped on the record, and it was like the project. And from there, I wasn't even getting paid for that song. I didn't really know about publishing or getting paid for like music and stuff like that until maybe a year after. Yeah.
So what made you learn about it? Like you just like, yo, this is my song?
Nah, because the song was buzzing, and I was like, for me getting on doing that record with Troy Ave opened other doors too, because I got to meet Casanova, but at the time I didn't even know Casanova and Troy Ave, wasn't fucking with each other. Yeah, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I met Casanova, I think he just came out of jail probably like 2 weeks before that. I was interning at a studio in Park Slope called Red Room Studio. And Casanova had came through with his baby moms to do a session. And shout out to my homie Rock, Tracks by Rocks. He had did that session too. And we inside the session, and I'm helping Casanova. We all helping Casanova make this record, because this is his first time ever rapping. And the song came out to be Don't Run, which is first ever record he put out. So I'm helping Casanova with the song, da-da-da. Song comes out. Casanova have a single release party. But the single release party is for the remix with Dave East and Fab and everybody else on it. And I'm at the release party, and I take a picture with Cass, and the next maybe like an hour, 2 hours later, Troy Ave hit me up like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, what you mean what I'm doing? Like I'm showing love to a homie, we did the record or whatever, da da da. He's like, you not BSB no more. I'm like, what?